Adam, I referenced this earlier. A lot of spring sports starting either this weekend or next weekend. Plus, of course, women's basketball. We know the guys are hosting Pittsburgh on Saturday. What all is happening around the Tar Heel land?
29 events on the Carolina sports calendar Friday through Sunday.
Holy smokes.
It starts.
Busiest weekend so far?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, maybe one in the fall, but I can't imagine they had almost 30 events.
Well, and here recently it's been like 8 or 10.
Right.
Now it's 29, and baseball hasn't started.
Yeah.
Starts with men's golf. They're out in Hawaii. I don't know what island this is, Jones. You are a Hawaiian expert. Do you know Waimea, Hawaii, at the Mauna Lani North Course?
I know it like the back of my hand, Adam. I'll check it out. What is it again?
Waimea, Hawaii. Waimea.
Okay.
So they're out there. Track splits up. They go to a couple different places, the East Coast Invitational in Virginia Beach and an event in Blacksburg. Diving is at the Virginia Tech Diving Invite in Christiansburg. That's today at noon. Psst, I bet Aranza Vasquez and Rodolfo Vasquez do very well in that. Swimming has got the UNC Invitational here this weekend. We've seen some various swim teams coming and going. I see them coming and going right now, and they'll be doing that tomorrow. Big weekend for women's tennis after their huge win over Georgia last weekend. It's now ITA time. We're down to the final 16 teams. Carolina's first match comes against Pepperdine. That's today on Friday at 1 o'clock in Evanston. Pepperdine's tough.
Quick update. So, of course, Hawaii is multiple different islands. This is on the island of Hawaii, though.
Okay.
Like the biggest one.
Okay.
It is there. It's not in Maui. It's not in where's Honolulu? What is that one?
Oahu.
Oahu. Yeah, this is on the island of Hawaii. So the first one, the big one.
That's a pretty good trip for the men's golf team here in February.
Yeah, probably warmer there than it is here.
I think that's right. So keep an eye on those ITAs this weekend. Softball season opener today, 1:30 Eastern. They're going to face Appalachian State, but don't get confused. That game's actually in Auburn, Alabama.
Yeah, Tiger Invitational.
Women's Lax opens today, 5 o'clock. It's against a good team, James Madison. James Madison's number 18 in the country. Tar Heels, again, should have a really good team this season also. Softball will play the host in that Tiger Invitational at 6:30 Eastern today. The host is Auburn of the Tiger Invitational. And a big wrestling match tonight. They will travel to Pitt at 7 o'clock. Tar Heels and Pitt pretty similar, so this is a big match.
Man, we didn't have a pod earlier in the week, so we didn't have a weekend recap. But, man, wrestling was close against State. State's been the best team. State and Virginia Tech have been the two best teams in wrestling pretty consistently over the last several years. Tar Heels had already beaten Virginia Tech earlier in the season. They had a good lead against State, just couldn't quite hold it at the end. But very clear progress from that program this year, and so looking forward to seeing them hopefully have a successful weekend.
Watched a lot of that. Great atmosphere.
It was a good atmosphere. It was intense in there.
Tar Heels got some really good performances. So hopefully the same tonight at Pitt at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow, there's some fencing in Durham, but don't worry. The real fencing comes tomorrow in Chapel Hill. We'll get to that. Track again at those two events. We hope, of course, that women's tennis is still playing. Men's golf will still be in Hawaii. Swimming still got their events going on. Men's Lax season opener. Michigan coming to town at noon. That's on ACC Network Extra. That's the season opener for them. Softball will face Appalachian State again in the Tiger Invitational. That's at 4 o'clock Eastern on Saturday. And then softball will turn right around, play Southern Illinois. That's at 6:30 Eastern on Saturday, also in Auburn, Alabama.
I got to tell you, hard to keep up with softball. When they get in one of those invitationals, they could be playing anybody, anytime, anywhere.
You might play either 2 games if the weather's bad or 32 games if the weather's good in one weekend.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with that.
It's like they just look around to see who's around. Like, the Tar Heels are still here? Come on over. Let's play Southern Illinois. Let's do it. This hurt the Tar Heels. Was it last year when they were in a really good –
It was either last year or 2 years ago. It was
preseason
recently,
event?
in Florida, and it got canceled, right,
and
because of
some
weather?
some really good games that they would have played got rained out, and that ended up hurting them strength of schedule-wise. Hopefully that won't happen this year. don't worry, they'll play again Sunday at 12:30 Eastern, Auburn.
Yeah.
In what? The Tiger Invitational. You've got fencing all day in Chapel Hill on
and when Adam says all day, he means all day.
Ron Miller Invitational slated to go from 8 a.m. to 5:15.
Yeah. Full work day. Plus some.
Oh, yeah. And some overtime. Women's lacrosse will turn around after.
I mean, for Adam, that's like 3 work days.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't work that long. No. Women's lacrosse, after their opener on Friday, will turn around and play again on Sunday. They'll travel to Liberty. That one's at 1 o'clock on ESPN Plus. Liberty, traditionally pretty good. Men's tennis goes to Georgia. That's on Sunday at 1 o'clock. Women's basketball goes to Clemson. That's on Sunday at 2 o'clock. Women's gymnastics hosts Clemson. Introduction starting at 3:45. Our girl, JoJo Valahovic.
You talking about the reigning ACC newcomer of the week, Adam?
That's right. Power of the pod, as she went out and had a great meet. I guess we haven't talked about this.
Yeah,
because we didn't have a pod.
The Tar Heels performed well at Stanford. Stanford was really good that day. But Carolina either scored, it was either season best or second highest so far this season. Tar Heels have been consistently at the high 195s. They haven't cracked 196, which they want and need to do, but they've been close. I think Cal and Stanford came in, we've talked about this, very highly rated. State is having a very good year. State just lost a dual meet to Cal, but State had a great score. Like, it was 196, mid 196. But Cal, was over 197, I think. So, Clemson, Carolina and Clemson, that's going to be a good meet. Tar Heels have consistently scored better than the Tigers so far this year, but it all comes down to game day, Adam. Which, by the way, after we had JoJo on, Dana Durante, head coach of Tar Heel Gymnastics, sent me a text just saying how much she enjoyed listening to JoJo. She invited us to come to practice, Adam.
She didn't invite me.
Well, she said, y'all need to come to practice. So I assume that was you.
What if she meant like your family? And then I showed up and she's like, you're not invited to this practice.
Out of here, Lucas. You go.
But then JoJo came running over and was like, no, he's with me. Yeah. It's all right.
We're friends. So we have an open invitation to come see gymnastics get ready for their meets if we want to come and learn more.
I predict that I would not be able to do anything that they do when they're getting ready for their meets.
No, you can't.
Not one thing.
No, you can't. I can confirm. You cannot. Neither can I. I mean, I'm not acting like I can.
I envision in their practices, like Julia Noer sits over on the side for a lot of the practice, like, get it together, girls. Yeah. And then they're like, Noer, it's time for you. She's like, what's up? I'm here. Let's do this.
She takes off her pink ladies jacket.
Yeah.
He's ready to go.
And then turns in like the best all-around performance of anyone, and then goes back and sits down. It's like, all right, we done? Got anything else? Supposed to be somewhere. So, busy weekend for the Tar Heels.